Yeah, welcome back to video 2. So the first thing we want to do is just follow the instructions here, and we can just copy and paste. We have to install all these packages into our React front end here. So Apollo Boost, React Apollo, Graphql tag, Graphql, and dash dash save. And dash dash save, what that's going to do is going to save. It's going to save the file. The files as dependencies in our package.json. And so when someone goes and finds our project later, they'll know what dependencies it has. So we'll just go down to the terminal. We can actually open a new terminal and leave the app running over there by just hitting the plus right here, pasting that command into there, hitting enter. And well, that's going to install. We don't need all these things in here. We're going to build our own app, so we can get rid of pretty much almost all this stuff. We'll get rid of everything except, actually, we'll just get rid of everything. Let's get rid of the whole shebangowitz, and we'll make a new file called index.js. So everything's finished installing, and let's see here. So we're just following the instructions. We need to create a client, so we can copy and paste this code, and we'll do this in our index.html file. Let's see. So we got an Apollo client, and we're going to create a new client. And instead here for our URI, we actually, for now, we're going to put http:// and we're going to say localhost 3001/Graphql for now. Then we're going to go back and see what's next. Okay, we're going to skip that part, and we're going to start wiring up our React. So we're going to, let's just get this Apollo provider. Highlight that for now. We'll bring that over and paste that in here. And then at the top of the file, we're going to import React from React. And then we're also going to import React DOM with DOM being capital letters from React DOM. And if you go over and look in the public directory, there's an index.html file over here. And click on that, and you'll see, well, first we can change this title right here. We can change this to do app. And then you see this empty div with the ID of root. That's the div we're going to mount our React into. I just wanted to show you it's got an ID of root. So what we can do down here, is say const root equals document dot get element by ID and then root. And below that, we can say react dom.render. Now we need to render something here. But all we have for right now is the provider, the Apollo provider. Start with the Apollo provider. And the second argument after a comma is root. So it takes the component you want to mount, and then the div element you want to mount it to. And so this Apollo provider has this Apollo client that makes our client right here. So what we pass into Apollo provider is something called client, which is, in this case, the client. That's going to connect us to our backend, which will be at localhost 3001 on a port later on. So I have an automatic, you'll see my code snap in place. I have an automatic thing that organizes, formats my code called prettier. So my code will snap around now and again. So also in the src directory, we're going to want to create another new file. And we're going to call this one, let's call this one root.js. And here, we'll import React, and then a comma, and then in curly brackets, component. That's from React. And then we'll say class root extends component, and our render method, and a return statement. And at the bottom, we'll say export default root. So in here for now, we'll just put a div. And here we'll just say to-do app. Select a little piece of a div over there. That's our application right now. That's what it consists of, one sentence, 2 words, not even a sentence. And so when over here though in our index.html, we'll say import root from /root. And then open this provider back up. I hate, sometimes it ruins my code. It stole my Apollo provider. Make it again. Put root inside of there. And then see, now it snapped it to the place I wanted it the whole entire time. So our app is up and running. It says to-do app. It's running on localhost 3000. That's the default port for React. And that's our to-do app. That's what we just typed over in root. So now we have our own front end is up and running, which is good. We've got it connected into the Apollo system, the React Apollo system here with the Apollo client and the Apollo provider. And now they've already got us making queries here. I guess we could try something. We could try doing something here, but I think our best bet is actually to start on our back end so it has something to communicate with. We've got our front end up and running. We should get our back end going, and then we can actually communicate and start getting data from the back end. We can build a very simple Express server, and then we can start seeing what kind of data we're working with. That'll give us a better idea of what we're going to need for the front end. So we'll do that. We'll start on the back end.